Welcome back to Check Game Podcast. I'm here with your boy Alvin Williams.
What's up, Fats? You know who I'm with. I'm with you, baby, right by your side.
What's up, man? How you doing, cuz? This is our recap for our last season 2. I wanted to start off by thanking all of the guests, everybody that came through, Hakeem, Kat, Antonio. We will get through the list through the entire show, but I want to thank everybody that came through, man. Everybody that came through and showed us some love. The show going on, everything's going smooth. I'm having a good time. What's going on with you, Al?
No, I'm excited, man. We got a chance to interview some close friends of ours, some guys that we know their story, some guys that we learned some new things about them, man. We got great responses from the viewers and our supporters, man, family members, friends, people that we don't know. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in, checking in. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited. And it's also, man, when you get an opportunity for somebody to take their time out their day and spend time with us, it just shows how official they are. And it just shows like the direction we're going in is the right one, man. So I'm excited to continue moving forward, get some more guests, hear some more stories, some impactful stories. So I'm really excited to see what we got down the road.
I wanted to thank Rick Brunson for sharing that insight about Jalen Brunson. That was really helpful to our viewers. That it did well. I hope it motivated some kids and fathers paid attention to as well. Rick said he allowed his son to play with other guys. It was just really helpful for Rick to get on and give us some insight and let us know what he did with Jalen. I appreciated that. Tone as well. Tone talked to us about the Legends game. Kerry came through. Villanova is March Madness. You know, that's Kerry's time of the year. It's just been fun and good. I just definitely want to thank a lot of those guys for pouring in and giving us some insight. Tim Thomas, he told us that
man, he almost started a riot, man.
Oh, no. South Jersey better than North Jersey. What was that about?
Yeah, Tim started a riot, man. We got to do that game, Fats. We got to do that North Jersey, South Jersey game, man. We got to put that together this summer, man. We got to make it happen.
Yeah, so we try to keep in contact with Tim. That's what came up out of it, that Tim and Al discussed that there's a possibility we could be working on that type of game. But it was really good to have everybody come through, and I love when they share the stories, the inside stories, the things that most people don't know, most people don't hear. So it was good to have them all on deck, sharing their insight and sharing their stories with us on Check Game. That was really cool, man. What you got, Al?
Yo, it's some of the stories that people haven't seen, some of the podcasts, and we got to clip it up, Fats. The time when me and Tone was talking about when Tone was about to beat the brakes off me and in the locker room. When you look at it, you got to hear it from Tone's perspective. But I just remember that day, and Tone and Vince was out for most of the earlier in that season. I forgot what part of the season it was, but it's probably early, going to the mid part of the season, and it was Tone's first game back. And Tone was the defensive guy for us, man. He's undersized for that center position, but he was athletic. His timing was crazy. And anytime I got in trouble, Tone was coming from the weak side. So this particular game, man, AI blowing by me, getting his, and Tone coming in, he going for block shots and making it tough on AI. But nobody had Tone's back. So all the hoopers out there know you got to help the helper. And Tone seeing his man Tyrone Hill or whoever it was getting doubles by halftime because they getting the rebound and the putback. So now Tone looking crazy like, yo, your man. So I remember Tone just coming back to the huddles like, yo, I'm not helping no more. And I looked at Tone like, what? I need help. I need all the help I can get, dog. So right. I remember the game goes. I think we ended up losing that. We definitely lost that game. And then we go in the locker room, and then I remember the coach was like, you know what I mean, talk to us, Coach Wilkins. And then I was like, yo, before we go, man. And I addressed it. It like, yo, Tone, you can't be doing that, dog. Like, we've been trying to hold it down for you. And Tone looked at me, and then Tone said something like that sparked it. And then we're going back and forth. But as I mentioned, as he was talking, man, he took his shirt off. And I was like, this man got muscles in his earlobes. Man, I was like, but he could have mopped me up in that locker room that day. But also, we just knew the value of communication, knew the value of his leadership, and he was more upset about other things going on within the team that everybody wasn't privy to. So, but it was one of those things, like if you see that podcast, you get it's a little quick laugh, I think, man. Anybody who knows me and Tone, but I love that part of that segment and what he's also doing for the retired players. You know, it's called the Legends, the aspect of it now, but he's doing great things with that. I'm looking forward to seeing being a retired player, seeing how I can benefit and also be helpful in that role.
It was also good having Pappy on here, Horace Owens, man. He shared some game and filled us in on some of the backstories of him being a Philadelphia legend. It's just been good to have these guys on the podcast and share these basketball stories and talk basketball with these guys. And definitely to be here with you and your friends. It's always good to hear some of these NBA stories and how they made it out. And Tim being from the hood, Randy Foy being from the hood, him hanging with Kyle, almost getting shot at or robbed or whatever that story was. But to have that on our podcast is cool. Even the story you telling the Cuttino Mobley short stint of a drug dealer, what he was trying to tell us about that, but chasing the smoker around the car. So it was nice to have all them guys come on and share their stories with us. And like I said, I got love for the guys out of the hood that get on here and do their thing. So
it was cool too when Randy said that, like when who he give credit to, and he said a lot of people don't, and he credited people from the hood and people that was in the streets that kept him on the right pathway. Man, we know the circumstances a lot of time, man, and a lot of time people are forced to do things that the circumstances require them to do, but and deep down in they soul, they good people, man. Mm-hmm. We all know it. We got family members, we got close friends, we got all that. But for him to acknowledge it and then, put it forthright, it was cool to hear him really acknowledge, people that don't really get a lot of shine when it comes to being productive and helpful in society.
Well, definitely me being in the hood, and that's kind of why I root for those guys. But me knowing that story, and like you said, those guys are not bad guys by no stretch of the imagination. But the community helps out when a kid becomes not even a star, but if the community see he's got a bright light and he's going to class, going to school, got the opportunity to do something, then the community will pitch in. And it kind of happened with me as far as getting the opportunity to play with Gratz. People would now open their pocket, or if I got to play for a team, they buy me sneaks, or they see you on the right track. The hood is willing to back you up, you know what I mean, and give you a little support out of their pocket. And I'm glad that Randy said that, because that's really meaningful and helpful down in the hood. It was just a good cast, man. Anything you want to share? I don't think we want to make this too long because we're preparing for season 3. But what else you want to share, man?
Man, it's everything. Again, think back to some of the conversations when you have somebody that's being vulnerable, and I think Fats at the end, we want that piece, bring that piece out. I think our combination and our question and our feel and our realness, it helps people be vulnerable to a degree. Mm-hmm. It helps people tell their story, because at the end of the day, we want the viewers to really get something from it. A lot of people do things for clicks and likes and all that, man. At the end of the day, man, it's when we shut this down, and you and I have a conversation, go out to eat and have a drink or whatever, we can really feel good about the information we giving out, because it's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of cruelty in this world, man. There's a lot of information that's steering people wrong. You say it a lot of times, man, whether it's through music, whether it's through other roads and avenues, certain people get bad information that makes them do other things that could be harmful, detrimental to the society, to their neighborhood, to their parents, and other people that put that information out there, they know where to be found when it's time to clean up the mess, or when it's time to really address the mess, or when it's time to be front line with it. So I think when we got the responsibility and we hold ourselves accountable to whatever comes out of our mouth or whatever comes out of our guest's mouth or whatever questions we ask, it's going to be productive. It's going to be something for people to take with them. Good or bad, they could take with them and learn from it. You know what I mean? Learn from it and project it to others. So I think that's the responsibility. That's the feedback I get a lot, man, for about what we're doing, man. We're not out there doing some of the things that some of these other people are doing. And everybody got their own way, but I really appreciate the direction we're going in and where we are. You know what I mean? You and I are working together as partners, as cousins, as giving information out there.
No, I agree with you 100%. And when you said share the information, I like that part, because that's helpful. And grabbing the microphone and me and you being responsible for our words, I think that's important. And what comes from us to the audience. So being responsible with that is a good thing that me and you do. And I think we need to dare off a little more into the questions with our guests, get a little, dive a little deeper and try to get some more personal conversations out of our guests. But I'm enjoying it. Everything is good. I'm looking forward to season 3.
You ready to kick me off, huh? Fast. You ready to kick it? You ready to get up out of here, huh?
No, man.
I'm about to see you this weekend, baby. I'm about to see you this weekend, baby. Let me take my shirt off. No, I ain't gonna take it off here. I heard it's like 105 there right now, baby.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to get here, man. So it is about 100 degrees, man, and it's fun out here. So we got some more content coming for our viewers because Alvin will be out here over the weekend, and we'll be at the game. We'll do some things, and we'll share it with the audience. So I'm definitely excited about that, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thanks again to everybody, man. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep bringing these guests in. We got some people already asking to come on. We got some people that we're looking for and some really dope information. And guess what, man? We do also our network, the CheckGame Sports Show. Tap in that. If you've got some questions that you want us to ask others and all that type of stuff, man. So it's two entities. It's our podcast where we do our interviews and have conversations like this. And then we do our weekly update on the NBA game. And the playoffs is about to start, so we're really going to tap into that. We're probably going to look at some games with the audience live, give some opinions, have some guests come in with that. But if you got some questions regarding the overall landscape of everything, just tap in. If some questions you want us to ask, tap in. You know what I mean? And we're going to do it. We want that engagement from you guys.
Before we go, I want to give a shout-out to everybody that came on the cast out of respect. So I'll start. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Pappy. Thank you, Skinny. Thank you, Mr. Wilkes. Who else we had after Wilkes? Thank you, Tim Thomas. Thank you, Randy Foy. Thank you, Antonio Davis. And thank you, Coutinho Mobley.
Twice.
This is it for Check Game. We appreciate all the support we're getting from everybody. We got stuff coming up for season 3, and look forward to seeing y'all then, man. Thanks again.